Hey guys, and welcome back again to me, Ben, playing City Skylines in my region of Fairbanks County. Today I'm back with a plan that involves this area here. Like, I want to create some more rural approach to this downtown area. So I will try to follow this line down here. I have to buy a few tiles because I haven't bought them yet. And I also want to make sure that like this downtowny district slowly descends into a more rural region as it did over here. I also have to think, or at least I want to think about this area here because it still looks very much empty. You can see that I built a lot of things here in the last episode as well as over here. Like there is a new passenger train station included in that side of downtown because the other rail station or train station we have currently is over here. It's a bit far away from the downtown area, so I think this might get more busy over time. And yeah, coming from there, I also edited a few things here in the industrial area. We have a new forestry industry here sitting over there, and then we have a lot more stone mining over here. So slowly but steadily we're trying to meet the demands of this ever-growing city. So I'm wondering what else can we do with that. I'm always I'm also looking forward to working on that area of the map, but currently I'm not planning to fill it up really because I don't have a real idea about this yet. Maybe some more industrial here. It would make absolutely sense, but I'm just wondering how to make this transition between like that industrial area, which is what it will most likely become over time, and this like beachy zone where maybe at a later stage, as soon as we get tourism into town, becomes one of the tourist spots in my city. And as I told you, I also want to make sure like that this doesn't become a huge city district. So I want to make this transition pretty fast and pretty soon, just to ensure that I have enough room for another like minor, smaller settlement maybe over here to keep this a bit more natural, because that's kind of already outgrowing its limits, or the way it's supposed to be or should be from my perspective. So let's dive right into it. And before I'm getting started, I want to thank you guys again for joining me today here on my City Builder channel on YouTube. In case you haven't followed me yet, because most of my viewers haven't followed me yet, it would really help me out if you did so. Left me a like. Please comment on my videos. Please ask like for anything you would like to know, or just let me know what you want to see here in that region coming up in one of the next episodes. So without any further ado, let's get started, and thanks for staying tuned. So what I built here looks way bigger than it will look like afterwards if my plan works out, because I'm trying to set up here some farming things here, some fields, some, yeah, obviously not crops, because as far as I remember, oh, I have some natural resources here. So that's going to be interesting actually. Over here, this could be oil, isn't it? Yeah, that's oil. So water is something I don't really care about. That's ore. Also interesting. Oh, it could be something like a mining part here. But then you don't want to have like any people living here, because my wind, if I'm not mistaken, that was the water. Just let me take a look at the pollution thing. There the pollution goes, because there you can see actually the flow of the wind. So most likely I will only have a little settlement maybe over here. But knowing now that this is also fertile land over here, I think this is gonna be farming all over the place instead of a rural area. So let's just fade the city out right now in these handful of squares here, and then take care of the rural thing over there. So yeah, I'll take care of that. And it's always very good, as you can see, like if you check back on your resources tab, or info view, just to make sure that you don't miss out on any opportunity here. But for now, I think I will concentrate on 1, 2, 3, let's say 3.5, 4 squares here, and let me build some nice little neighborhoods here as well in the meantime. So I'll be back for you in a bit. So let me just look and quickly wait and see how this will turn out to look like in a bit, as soon as all the houses appeared. Time for some coffee here, because it's the autosave. I think that's currently running. I'm always scared of the game crashing here. So that area, even though it's raining right now in the game, like is filling up quite nicely. I think this mixed housing between row houses and like low density houses might turn out better than I actually thought it would be. So I'm curious, as soon as everything's fully developed, I'm just putting in a few more connections here and there, but I guess, so maybe I'm just putting in a few houses here and there. I'm just wondering about the beach lane. No, I think this won't fill up. Yeah, it would have filled up. Yeah, but either way, like I'm maybe keeping that as a rural park here. So I'm just quickly going to decorate that. And then I'll be back for you in a few where we'll be tackling, I'm not sure yet, that district over here. I need some mixture between, there are a lot of office zones and commercial zones, so maybe just some residential zones over here. So we'll have a look and see whatever we can do there. And I'll be back for you in a few. So honestly, what I think is that this area, especially with the slopes, I was able to keep that without leveling it out on an even level. So I'm very happy about this. Even that pedestrian bridge, I think looks kind of nice here. It's a small little detail covering up. Well, that actually does look nice with the row houses here and the pedestrian bridge crossing this little side street is not too bad, I would say. So what I'm trying to figure out whether I can put in some trees at least here, but maybe I have to. No, I can't put those in. Yeah, maybe I'm just going to put them in manually right now, because otherwise I would not be able to plop them down. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, but it does look better than I expected, to be honest. Especially with that sloping here. I absolutely love it. I think many would have just leveled it out and said, yeah, whatever, what the heck, like all this landscaping, why should I bother? But I think from my perspective, this is actually really nice here. So I'm keeping it more casual here without adding too many details in, but I just want to have a few bushes here and there as well. Then I'm also putting down a few smaller bushes here, just to fill up the spaces here, because it looks very nice and I think people would absolutely appreciate that. There's one other thing that I actually want to tackle somehow, just don't know yet how. And this is like something that people are complaining about a lot recently. So let's just put down some hickories here as much as we can, because I simply love these trees. So hickory, some linden. That's always funny. Like linden is such a typical tree at where I'm coming from. Everybody loves it. Like all those so-called gardeners and garden enthusiasts, they always love their linden in their backyard. It's so crazy. Well, linden are beautiful, but they take a lot of space. But a hickory tree obviously is even bigger. at least from what I've known and what I've seen so far. I think it's way bigger. So what we don't have here, and this is kind of a coverage thing, but I don't think it's too bad. It's just a bit far away. And actually I don't have that many of these sitting here. So maybe I just put that medical clinic down there. Ambulance depot, and I'm fully upgrading you now into a functioning medical clinic. And then I also want to have a look at at my school coverage. I think this would even increase the likeliness of people moving in here. It's so big, like this I don't know, playground whatever thingy, and I'm just going to demolish that. I'm very sorry about this, but hopefully I can sneak that in somehow. Upgrade it. Just checking. So that's fine. This has to go there. So that leaves me with, yeah, that's fine. That's way better, because then I can run one of the bigger roads here, which is perfect. And then I think, oh, what about a high school? What does this building look like? There is one, but there's no other high school here. Really? Have I missed out on putting down a high school? Probably. Probably I did. Well, where am I going to put this? Maybe here. Another high school. And then I'm also checking like a college. Is there anywhere a college nearby? Probably not. That's currently underdeveloped. As worse as it could be. Like there is literally hardly, like there is no school there, basically. But that's sad. I completely forgot about that. But maybe I have to put one down. Oh, it's an elementary school. It's not too bad, but it's not too good either. So I want to check and see. We have this huge technical university here, which is something we could plop down maybe here in the middle at some point in time. I just don't want to waste 1.6 million for something that I don't have right now. Technically, I would make it too... Nah, it's not rural enough from my perspective. So I'm leaving that out for now. So right now I'm thinking about developing that little bit here as well. So let me just put in some alleyways here. I just want to make sure that I meet all the demands of my citizens. Hopefully that doesn't destroy anything. No, it doesn't, which is good. Then maybe I'm gonna create something like this here. Something like that. Also something like this here. Closing up with that here. And bringing that back down here. Probably I also want to, I need some more connection here, so I'm just dragging this up here, and I want to connect it almost at a 90-degree angle if possible. That's also fun. Sometimes you just have to put it down in a way you don't want to use it in the end. to get the result you want to see. So I'm using their little roundabout just to make sure that people can turn as they wish. And from there, like, I'm populating now everything with low density residential zones as long as I can. And I'll be back again in a little bit. So thank you very much for staying tuned so far. It's really exciting here, building this part of town. I was absolutely looking forward to that, even though it's very rural thing. So I'm always excited. It's so funny, like City Skylines 2, this distinction between absolutely high-rise residential zones and commercial and office zones, and then you have these rural zones that look so very much different than anything else. We still have a huge demand, like in high density residential zones. It's so big, and my low density, the demand isn't too great as well right now. But that's fine. It's all good. I'm gonna live with what I have here. And yeah, so let me just get that done and I'll be back for you. So I'm always wondering, like, while filling this district here, you can see I put down some lower end housings here, whether that will change anything to the crime rate or the attractiveness of this district in any kind of shape or form. So I'm very curious about how these things will develop over time. I'm just a bit worried about this high rent thing here, which usually means like either there's not enough work in the area or people are just like paying too much for whatever reason. I don't know. I think living here can't be that inexpensive. That doesn't have enough customers even, so it might even be the issue that here in that area have never been enough like citizens living to actually cover up for the commercial demand, but the demand is still high. So while I think some of the numbers in City Skylines 2 are still odd from my experience or from what I can tell and see. Yeah, but either way, I now have to jump into my district menu and sort out Florence Garden District. Like, this still is kind of an unresolved thing here. I want to make sure like this can't run all the way down here because it doesn't really make sense, but I want to create something new here. Or yeah, I'll take care of that. No, maybe I'll just leave it as a square. This is so... I love this tool and I hate it both ways. Like, it's nice to have it, but still, why does it have to be that complicated? Yeah, in the end it isn't, but somehow it feels just a bit odd. So I'm just making sure that I'll cover all these like residential areas here, because that will be very, very much, or very, very likely this will be a high income zone. At least that's the way how I would imagine it. And then we have the school district running here. So I'm curious, Birds on Glen, what should they have? Energy consumption, maybe even combustion engine ban. I could also create something like a gated community. Heavy traffic ban, that would be nice. Recycling is important. Roadside parking fee and speed bumps. So I want to utilize all the policies or district policies that I could have here. There are 100 pets living. I wish I knew whether it would be cats or dogs, because I would be definitely team cat here. And Beechwood Dale, what happened here? Like, I need to... What happened here? So it got deleted along the way. Either way, I want to run some policies here. So energy consumption important, recycling, roadside parking, and speed bumps. Speed bumps? Yeah, probably. It keeps the traffic noise a little bit low. Hopefully. So I could crank this up to 13. Oh, that's interesting. Because I could get myself... I don't need anything like additional revenue coming in. Like, it's so... I'm already getting... I'm not even using all the... Like, my expenses don't, I don't know, exceed the budget that I actually have. So that's completely fine. And I'm quite happy. Like, with this outcome here, it looks better than I imagined it. And it looks less squarey than this part over here. But obviously that was kind of the starting zone where I began building my city, so that these squares are way smaller than these squares over here in some parts. That's kind of a natural. I'm just wondering, have I missed out on like building opportunities here? Did I just... Interesting. So the offices don't come in here. This won't come in here either. What about that here? So that should be, probably is related to this here. Okay, let me give that a try. I also want to make sure that this is covered. So I think this is one of the problems here, that like in city skylines, you occasionally run into this issue where you can't seemingly plop down buildings because you can't really decide on which side of the road they are actually facing. Yeah, okay, things are building up, which is great. So I don't need these pathways now because like the game understood, I think, what I'm planning to do here. Maybe not with this one, unfortunately, and not with this one either. So I could either make a decision and just leave like the pathway running through here. Yeah, so why not? I don't care whether there's another row house or not. It's not really that important. I just want to plop down a few more trees here because that looks a bit empty. Or some bushes. And some trees. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, Bob Ross painting a cityscape. No, not really. But either way, the wild bushes here, I think they are smaller. Yeah, these are smaller. This is grey. Oh, I wish I could get some real life some real life thing experience again. So this kind of also reminds me about, like, this reminds me of Toronto. Toronto is such an amazing city. Canada, wonderful, love it. North America in general, amazing, just amazing. However, which is also maybe the reason why I'm always playing with the North American theme, except for the fact that I'm messing up somewhere. Yeah, but either way, I think that does look quite good. I'm just wondering what's wrong with that bus station here. Is nobody stopping here, or is it's just no vehicles available? So it could be a couple of things, yeah, but there are 2 buses on the way. It's tough. So what does it tell me? Maybe it's another bug in City Skylines too. I don't know. One bug that I haven't heard about so far. So I like how this develops over here. It does look nice. I still feel, yeah, I won't tackle everything here in this episode for sure. I'll keep that for now. Yeah, so let me have a look. I recorded a shorter episode today. It was actually a lot of fun, and I think I will continue recording shorter bits and pieces here and there with my next episodes, because always these like 1 hour, hour and a half things might be a bit too long for YouTube by now, because everybody's just used to consume not to content that is a bit shorter, if I might frame it like that. So I'm also wondering, like I'm not active on TikTok at all, which is, I think, quite good from my perspective. But yeah, I'm just wondering how this platform will develop, because they are now introducing or starting to introduce these up to 30-minute videos, which is kind of crazy, I think. But yeah, either way, let me thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me today in this episode. I very much appreciate your time, as always. I hope you like what I'm building here. It's kind of different to what other people do in City Skylines too, I believe. Maybe I have to replace a handful of these buildings into more high-rise buildings, because the demand is still crazy high I focused mainly on that area in this episode and laid down some kind of a road network here already to kind of have an idea of what I'm building in the future, or at least what I'm planning to build in the future. I also have to think about this train line. Almost completely forgot about it, but probably I'll just run it here alongside this road down there, because here we'll most likely have industry filling up this space. Such a beautiful place, but it will be industrial, almost for sure. So we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a good day, and I hope to see you soon back here on my City Builder channel on YouTube. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye bye.